Hey guys, Maka here doing my tactical gearheads for the White Christmas game hosted by Team Therapist going down December 10th at Mr. Paintball. So let's get into it. And before we get too far into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notifications icon to let you know whenever we upload videos if you haven't done it already. So the first gun we'll be going over is my CheyTac M200 Intervention. There's not really anything you can do to these, being that it's so exclusive and there really wasn't very many made, so I don't think anybody bothered to make upgrade parts for it. I have a love and hate relationship with this gun. It is a beautiful piece, not very many were made, but I hate it because of how heavy it is. It's a very cumbersome, very time-consuming gun to use, and a lot of times it's more of a hassle to play with than it's worth, but I still enjoy doing it just because it's definitely a head turner and it gets everybody's attention on the field. Performance-wise, the gun's gonna be shooting about 290 feet per second with a 0.48 gram Mad Bull BB. So I've done the Joule equivalent to that, and it's shooting about 470 with a 0.20 gram 6mm BB. The Joule conversion is going to be a little bit off because of the 8mm to 6mm conversion, but that's what the numbers say, and that's the best I could go with, honestly. For you math whizzes out there, please tell me what the actual Joule conversion is so I don't go misleading anybody. So typically, I'll find myself shooting at targets around 125 to 150 feet. Anything past that is more luck at that point. But because I'm using such heavy BBs, the BB itself isn't really thrown off track. It just loses power very quickly because of the size. It loses velocity much faster than a 6mm BB. I'll typically run it on black gas to get the most FPS out of it, most range out of it. But overall, it is still a great performer even on standard green gas. Alright, so obviously I can't be using the M200 all day. So as a backup, I'm taking with me the Classic Army Nemesis. I believe this is the CA12 variant that I have with me. This has an M-lock handguard up front, and I've also outfitted it with some accessories how I would normally set up my guns. Up front, I got the PTS Fortis Shift grip, the short version. I really like this grip. I have it on my Noveski, and it just sits comfortably in my hands, and I just really like the way I can point and shoot with this angled foregrip up here. A little bit further back, I have a T1 style red dot mounted towards the front of the receiver. I typically like it a little bit further out because it doesn't take up as much of my peripheral, and then I can still see the dot very clearly. The reason I really like this gun is that even with the tanker stock, it is still a fairly lightweight gun. It comes with a 300 round magazine. I also am going to be carrying on me the VMS 330 round high caps. Typically, I'm not a fan of high caps, but for this particular game, we're going to be on the field for a long time and I need the ammo, so I opted for high caps for this event. Moving down a bit, the gun does have full ambidextrous controls on it. I do switch shoulders quite often, and I find myself almost shooting left as often as I shoot right. So having the ambidextrous controls really, really helps me out, and I really do like that feature of it. So not just the fire selector, but the mag release is also ambidextrous, as well as the bolt catch. So this particular model is going to be shooting about 370 to 390 feet per second. I really like that because the field limits are usually around 400 feet per second, and it's a safe buffer underneath that, so you should be okay to play at most fields in the SoCal area. Your FPS variance might range depending on where you go, but don't let that bother you because this does have a quick change spring guide that you don't even need to take the gearbox out of the gun in order to access. Overall, you should be able to hit targets at about 150 to 175 feet. The Classic Army comes with the 603 out of the box, and that greatly improves your accuracy for the gun. It does also feature a rotary style hop-up unit that clicks into place and is very, very sturdy. I really like this gun, and maybe I'll pick one up on my own, and maybe I'll do a personal tactical gearheads on one of these guys. So now that we went over the guns, let's go over the kit that I'm going to be running. Going from the head down, I'm rocking a Bravo, I believe this is the PJ helmet. And I really like this one because it does have the detachable NVG mount. So if I ever wanted to get NVGs, I could literally just pull this off, put a real mount on, and be perfectly fine knowing it's not going to go anywhere. I do also like that it's ventilated. That really helps in those longer games to where it allows my head to breathe a little bit easier, and I'm not really going to be struggling with that. Attached to it, I do have a Vulcan mesh mask. I pulled the buckles off of an old mesh mask that I had in the past, and then just rerouted all of the straps through it. And it does sit nicely on my face for it as well. For eye protection, I'm wearing the Vulcan Zulu eye protection. I really like these. They rarely fog, and I've worn them for longer operations where you have to keep your eye pro on at all times, and I didn't have any fogging issues at all during that period. I'm really happy with these, and they're very affordable. Moving down to my torso, I have a TMC soft shell vest. It's really just there for protection per se. If I was running a real chest rig setup like this, I would want some kind of soft armor to go underneath it. Being that the chest rig offers zero protection of any kind, I want to at least simulate like there is some kind of form protection. Other than that, it's mainly there to kind of offset the colors a bit and then have some more Velcro space for my patches. Moving on from the soft armor, I'm using the Condor Outdoor Rapid Assault chest rig. I really like this chest rig because it has 6 M4 mag pouches built into it, carrying the VMS high caps I'm going to be running. On the front of the rig, I have a Condor Outdoor map pouch. This is a very nice pouch. I'm able to open up everything and then I can look at a map that I may have of the field so I can see everything that's going on. And then being that it has like this plastic cover, I can write on it with a Sharpie or a Expo marker. So that way I can, point out specific areas in the map that I might be in. And just helps makes communicating a lot easily. And then it folds right back up like it was never even there. On the front of that, I have some patches on there because you gotta have morale patches to make it stand out a bit. So my favorite one is hands down, the Tactic Corgi from Airsoftology. If you haven't checked him out, go check him out. Airsoftology. He's on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and he does have his own store that he sells his own patches. We need to carry these patches, but John, come on, let's carry your patches. Next patch I have is the Think Outside, No Box Required. I'm putting this on there because Mr. Paintball is a huge field. If you guys have never been there, literally 2 hills, the valley below, some forest. It's a really, really cool outdoor scenery, and it's a very nature-esque field. I really enjoy going there. I really like the staff there. They're very attentive. They make sure everybody is okay, having a good time, and they're very good about what they do. So if you haven't been there, go check them out on any other day, but definitely be there for the tent. In the middle of my chest rig, I have a Condor Outdoor single frag grenade pouch. I'll be having a dummy grenade in here because they don't allow any pyrotechnics at Mr. Paintball, being that it is a bit of a dry season right now in Southern California, and we don't want to catch any forest fires going. On my left side, I have the Condor Outdoor Rip-Away EMT pouch. I really like this pouch because it holds everything I need for any kind of medical supplies. And the cool thing is, if somebody else needs something, I can literally unbuckle it, rip it off, and then just throw it wherever they would need it at. On my back, I have the Condor Outdoor Compact Assault Pack. I really like this backpack because it's small and fits everything that I need that's essential, and it really doesn't have room for anything else I may not need. I can fit a hydration carrier in it, and I run the hose up to the front. I usually keep it behind my chest rig, between the soft armor and the chest rig. Really lightweight, very comfortable, and it gets the job done and nothing more than that. So you'll rarely ever catch me with anything I don't need on the field, and I'm very thankful that Condor kept it a very compact size for that very particular set that you might need for the field. And then to round out my entire loadout, I got 2 Black Hawk holsters for the 1911, one left, one right-handed, so I can run my 2 Colt railguns that I have. Obviously, I'm going to need some kind of sidearm for the event, and I really like the Colt railgun because they're very reliable, very consistent, and I ran them for several years without any issues whatsoever. So, and I did forget to talk about my pistols. So, the 2 pistols I'm going to be running are Colt railgun 1911s. They are OEM by KWC, the same company that makes the Elite Force. They're very reliable, very consistent, CO2 powered, so I know they're going to work even if it's cold weather. But I really like these guns. I've had them for about a year now. Just do regular maintenance on it, and they're both running very strong to this day. I really, really like these pistols, and they kick like a mule. If you want a good 1911, look into these, look into the Elite Force, or the, I believe there's also another Cybergun World War II model, but check them all out. They're all very good pistols, and you will not be disappointed with any of them, really. So this has been my Tactical Gearheads. So tell us, what do you think about the PMC look? Do you think it's a dope way of doing a kit? Do you think it's just a lazy way of getting out of buying an expensive kit? But nonetheless, if you are going to the Team Therapist event, please come by and say hi. I'd be more than happy to talk to you guys and see how it's going. I'll be out there. Cisco will be out there. Jacob will be out there. Everybody from the store is pretty much going to be there, and maybe a few other GI employees. But come out, say hi, and we'll definitely love to see you guys there. And catch you on the next one.